Hey beautiful butterflies, I hope you're doing well. I wanted to give you a back acne update as well as an emotional update, show you what my skin has been doing and how I've been feeling about it. I am doing much better now than I was previously. I'm in my own space. I have tried very hard to do a couple of things that make me feel better about myself, and I'm really happy that it's working, and I really want to thank you for your support and helping me get to the bottom of this. So let's look at the skin. This is the current situation. I honestly feel like I've been looking at it so much, I can't tell if it's getting better or if it's getting worse. And again, my head is playing a lot of cruel jokes on me, making me think that my acne is coming back full force. I don't think that's the reality, but like that's what my head is telling me, and that's what this big fear is about. And as you can see, I'm getting some pigment. It's not pretty, it's not fun, but it's also not a bad thing. And I'm trying to remind myself of that. And then there's this. This is also really painful. Let's see if we can do this without exposing ourselves on camera. Do you see that? Like, that's really awful. Like, it's just awful in the sense of awful that someone has to deal with this and that it's painful. So why is this such a big deal for me? Again, when I originally started breaking out, I was like, oh my God, acne. It's really not the acne, it's the emotional connection that I have to it. And the fact that I identify with having cleared my skin. I identify with the intellect that I have spent the last 5 years building when it comes to acne and medicine and understanding how the biochemistry of our bodies works. And having this breakout reminds me in a healthy way that I'm human. I am not invincible and things will happen in my life. I just need to be able to reflect on them and deal with them. And specifically, the terrifying fear is that acne is going to take over my life again. When I had the most severe, painful cystic acne, I did not like who I was. I look back and I feel bad for that little girl who was suicidal, who was isolated, who was very alone and didn't have any hope. And I didn't like being hopeless. I never want to be a place in my life where I feel hopeless again. And having such a bad acne breakout has brought me to a place where all of that negativity from my past felt very real again. And that really stressed me out. I got a stress breakout, which is hella fun. But over the past week, what are the steps that I took? Really focused on understanding that this is like an emotional issue for me. I'm not even gonna talk about the treatments that I tried because I was just like, right? Like it was sporadic. It's been ridiculous. I've been surrounding myself with friends. I've been forcing myself out of my comfort zone. I also realized that as much as I love my parents, their house is a little bit triggering for me. I spend a lot of time there because I love them. I still have my room there. My little brother is there. My cats are there. But that house can be triggering for me because certain periods of my life happened when I lived there. And like there's a specific mirror in the living room that I would just tear my skin apart in. And it brings back those memories. So I'm going to see, well, Father's Day. I've got to deal with things in a happy, positive way because I love it there. And I don't want that to stop me from living my life. But also recognizing that having my own space, having safe spaces, having a healthy boundary to other people and things in my life is a good thing, at least for me right now at this point. And as you grow up, you realize that your parents aren't always right. As you grow up, you realize that they didn't know everything, and that's really hard to come to terms with. Happened for me first at like 14, 15, but then it kept on happening over and over, and I was like, wow, I love my parents. They are intelligent, smart, kind-hearted, and they care for me, but they don't know everything. And that's a real wake-up call every time it happens, you know, because you've trusted in these people and you think they know everything. Why did this back acne breakout happen? I wish that I could pinpoint it. I wish that I could like isolate the variables that has led up to this. What I truly believe, looking at it and then considering the factors that have gone into the past couple weeks, the Bay Area has been like 103 degrees. And this dramatic change in weather, I know, can cause back acne breakouts. Or it can cause the skin to react differently, which in my head, I'm like, okay, did this cause the acne breakout? Additionally, I did like end quarter exams recently, and I noticed that like I sit here and I touch my face like this unknowingly. It's a thing, it's always been. Sometimes I go like this and I don't even notice it, and I wonder if that played an impact. And then also, I haven't been eating very healthy. I am still vegan. I believe that I will be vegan for as long as I possibly can or live because of how it aligns with my morals and values. But just because you're eating vegan doesn't mean that you're eating healthy. Just because you're low carb doesn't mean you're healthy. Just because you're keto doesn't mean you're healthy. For me, unprocessed foods that are minimally processed and that have high nutrient densities work well for my body. My body loves them. Recently, end quarter exams, life being stressful, summer heating up, I've been drinking more like sugary watermelon-y smoothies that, not gonna lie, might have had some vegan vanilla Ben & Jerry's in there. Nachos, vegan nachos, Indian street food. We have an Indian street food truck, and some of my friends and I had an amazing time. But I ate food that was obviously deep fried in oil and is probably not as good for me as, you know, a nice hearty salad that has beans and tofu and a slice of whole grain something or other. And I know that my body reacts very viscerally to food. I know that for a fact because of stomach swelling and because of my past with food and seeing how it can clear or destroy my skin. But like, I take responsibility for the fact that I have not been as diligent. Also, I wash my face like it is a religion, the morning and the evening. Guess what? I don't always do that for my body. It's harder to reach, and if I'm doing 4 or 5 steps here, I may be cleansing, I may be slapping on what's left of my moisturizer. I'm not spending a lot of time. And the truth is that this is skin just like your face is. And I haven't been taking care of it. And all of those factors are the things that when I changed them, my face got better. And so if those things are backtracking, it makes sense that my back would be breaking out. Although also the weather, it's like 101 fucking degrees. It's hot. Sorry for swearing. It is so hot. And if I'm sweating and if that sweat is trapped onto my body through clothing, and I know that my back sweats here, it makes sense that those pores might get clogged, or that, you know, if sweat crystallizes, it kind of makes like a salt crystal or a sweat crystal, that could potentially be irritating to the skin. Maybe that's what's happening. I'm doing better because I've focused on staying social. I've also focused on putting my mind into things I enjoy. I love reading research papers. I love reading medical articles. I love studying this kind of stuff. And I recognize that it's not just academic for me. It is truly a passion. It's something I enjoy, not only for this YouTube channel or for academia, but for my personal hobbies and my pastimes. And so allowing myself to dive deeper into the things that I at one time loved, and when I'm depressed, I don't love, because if you're truly depressed, or for most people who are truly depressed, you can start to lose touch with the things that you love, and you can start feeling as if nothing matters. And that's very dangerous. But putting myself into situations that I would normally love helps me to re-engage with them and then to find enjoyment through them and start to feel better. Also, just talking about this with you. Do you remember we did a video on why I can't trust my body? I still kind of feel like I can't trust my body completely. From having rheumatoid arthritis when I was a child, to growing up and having my stomach swell and bloat, to having these acne flare-ups that really come out of nowhere. And not trusting my body and my brain to kind of communicate in the sense that is healthy, because for me as an overall person, those things are related, and I want to have a healthy relationship with my psyche as well as with my body and how it functions. And you know, maybe that's a fact of life that I'm just kind of have to learn to get over, but I appreciate you being with me through that journey. There's the first video if you don't know what's going on about, and the second video that you need to see if you're struggling with acne right now. I love you, and I cannot wait to see you in the next video.